Hello, everybody. Welcome to Disabilities Redefined with Dr. Wagner. I am Dr. Truett Wagner, and as always, I am very, very happy to be here. For this episode, I'm so excited. We have, for the first time ever, a mother-daughter team. We have Lilly Sellers and her mother, Beth Ann. Hey, guys, how are you?
Hi, good.
How is everything?
Great. Great, yeah.
Now, where are you at right now?
We're in Carlisle, Pennsylvania.
Yes, yes.
So southwest.
Central Southern.
Yes, about southwest of our capital, Harrisburg.
Okay. Well, I'm so happy. I'm so excited about this. I tell you, I told the crew, I said, I knew Lilly was going to be here with somebody, but when you showed up, I thought you guys were sisters. You look very, you both look so young and very, very pretty. So we are very happy you're here. And I just want us to jump right in. And Lilly, congratulations. Love your jeans. What was the story?
Well, originally when I first came in contact with Alex from Wheelchair Rapunzel, and later she made Wheelchair Rapunzel Co., where she sells her Love Her Jeans gear.
Mm-hmm.
I originally drew a photo of her, and she reposted that, and I felt so happy. And then we just started talking, and she's so nice. And then she had this contest for Love Your Jeans where you can make a design.
Right.
Recently, I just was in a graphic design class at my high school.
Uh-huh.
And so I designed something for her t-shirt contest, and everybody on her Instagram voted, and mine came in as the top design. I was so surprised and happy.
It was a really good
design,
design, so I thought it was well deserved.
Yeah.
Well, I saw the photograph it was an illustration you did of Alex, and we've actually had Alex on the show. And of course, she is on Instagram, Wheelchair Rapunzel. And we all know she has that great, great line, Love Your Jeans, which I've actually worn the cap a lot this past winter. And I love the bracelet. I buy the bracelet a lot for some friends of mine, various colleagues or anybody who has a birthday. But no, your design was beautiful, Lilly, and congratulations. So, and we will show some of your artwork. What are you interested in? Because you have quite a bit of experience in art. I understand you do Photoshop, you do InDesign, and you do photography.
I've always done sort of drawing and painting my whole life. I've done many classes even outside of school, and recently this year, coming into high school, I feel like I've discovered so many different mediums, learning how to use Photoshop and InDesign for graphic design, and photography. I had a really good photography class that taught me a lot. We did different stuff like light painting and just learning composition, which has even helped me with my art, just sort of knowing where stuff goes and how it leads the viewer's eye through the drawing.
Right, absolutely.
And it's been kind of neat to see her progression, because Lilly was always a very hands-on in art. So it was neat this year to see her take to the computer and photography end of it. But I think her background and her just innate knowledge of art and composition and color value lent so much to her art.
Right.
But she's done. We've done pottery and clay and needle felting and
wood burning.
Wood burning. Wow. I love it.
Yeah.
Now, what else do you like to do? I mean, you're very creative, and do you keep up with popular culture? Are you big with film, TV? Do you like to read a lot?
I do like to read. I don't keep up too much with pop culture. My friends can definitely tell you that. It's a lot of art stuff. It's a lot going out doing photography.
Although you nest in certain shows.
I do.
She'll find something she likes and watch every season.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Binge watching. I have 3 dogs, 3 poodles that I love very much. I play with them a lot.
Oh, wow. I have 3 pets, too. I have 2 cats, Max and Frizzy, And then we just got a new little addition, Jagger. I don't know if you've seen him on Instagram or not, but he's a little Japanese chin. And
yeah. We have a Max too. We have Max and Daisy, and they're both 9 years old, and our new addition, Risky.
Yeah.
So
she's living up to her name. She's been a handful, but pets are good.
Yeah.
I think Lily has really interesting, and she's always been a bit of an old soul. So her interests have always surprised me because she just finds the most interesting things and runs with them.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. So it's been really neat to see this creativity come from her, because that's not, neither her father nor I have that sort of background.
I would say I'm on the more introverted side. I like to stay in and do more different experiments. Like you said, wood burning, different painting.
Yeah, I think I am too, Lily. I think there have been times in my life when my careers would, make me go and socialize or whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm pretty much an introvert. I like to read. I'm also very creative. I like to read about people. One great thing I love about doing this show is that I get to do research on people. And a lot of people actually enjoy, being in front of the camera, that kind of thing. And that's a fun part of it too. But slowly but surely, we have moved from Studio 1, which is the big studio, to Studio 2, which is the smaller one. And now, as you all saw whenever we were preparing for tonight, I'm on my own, and we had just a few techs here. So I'm up here, doing the buttons and everything by myself. Don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm just going back. So I too think that, a lot of us that are creative are actually introverted, and that is a very, very good quality. That's a very positive quality to have.
Yeah, when I started photography class this year, it actually pushed me to go out more outside in nature, which I haven't done too much because I haven't always done navigation in nature. But then I did discover paved trail paths, and they're very good. And just sort of taking photos, and it's always more. People think photography isn't as technical as it is, but it really is quite complicated.
I think that navigating part, power wheelchairs can only do, rough trails or muddy meadows so well. So that's always been interesting, is how to get places and get, to get the really good shots.
So sometimes I had to just be in my backyard and figure out how to make the assignment work.
Well, that's okay. Listen, you made it work, right? Yeah. So you made it work, and there you go. Yeah. Right. So, you were talking about a powered wheelchair. What exactly is your disability?
You handle this one.
Like I said, I don't remember too much of the medical stuff, but I have a type of muscular dystrophy.
Right.
Yes. Central nuclear myopathy, which is a muscle weakness that falls under the muscular dystrophy umbrella.
Right, okay. Now, a question I always like to ask my guest, and Lily, you seem to be very articulate, very confident. You seem to know, who you are, and that is always a very positive quality for a young person. What do you think social media has done for the disabled community? You just opened the door for me to answer this question in a very elaborate way, because you just said, talking about, when your mother spoke about the powered wheelchair and going out into nature. Now you can, due to social media, you can share your artwork all over the country, and you can meet people like our good friend Alex, without really being there. So, as well as you two, the both of you, how do you think social media has been a positive factor with the disabled population and younger people? I know that's a loaded question, so take your time. But yeah.
I'm going to let you answer because you're much more involved in social media.
I think it's done a great deal for the disabled community. Even, I think I started Instagram like you do with most people, just with your friends. And I think it does do stuff on a big scale, sharing my art all across the world even. But I think in my small community in my town, in my school. I've even educated people there about my disability, because sometimes people, I don't get too easily offended, but
Right.
sometimes people just ask questions and I can answer them and really just try to educate people even around me.
And sometimes what they can't ask in person, they can ask through social media.
And it's never rude. It's really nice.
Yeah, that is a very, very good point. You know, social media does allow us, you know, to ask these kind of questions that could come across as being too personal, but yet in the same process, you know, quite concerning and educational. Yes. So that's a good point.
Yes, and we've always said to Lily, you know, everybody has something. Hers just tends to be visible because she rolls in a wheelchair. So it's, you know, it's very visible that there's something different. She, you know, and younger children are really good about asking questions without filters and without that worry. And as we've navigated the teenage years, that is very different. And I think social media in that aspect with the adolescents and the teenage population has really allowed Lily's, you know, her whole age group to be able to identify and ask her questions in ways that they may not have been able to do. And she's absolutely blossomed from social media. She's become so much more confident.
Right. That is a very good, excellent point. I really appreciate that point so much, because I think it has been amazing. You know, we just had Alex Dacey on our show. We just had the lead singer from the Sad Saps, all of which have said that they have spoken to people, you know, all over the world about their music and about their you know, this Love Your Jeans line, that they would have never had that opportunity before.
Yeah, and I think it even shows you don't just have to talk about your disability, as important as it is. You can show that you are more than that. You're an artist, a musician, you do fashion, whatever it is.
Absolutely, another very, very strong point. So I'm actually, as you know, we're recording this for the show, but I'm actually going to present at MAPACA, the Mid-Atlantic Popular and American Culture Association. So I think I'm going to take a little bit of this and probably show it at the conference to the other professors and educators that work within the disabled population, because you all answered very eloquently and quite profoundly. I think social media does have some negative aspects to it, but I think at the end of the day, when it comes to, you know, this population, it has been a very, very strong and positive tool. And I'm just very happy, Lily, that you and people like you and Alex and, you know, Teddy from the Sad Saps and various other people have shared your stories, because they have been so powerful and they've meant so much to people out there that we might not know about. So yeah, so that's a wonderful, wonderful thing that you've done. What do you see in the future? You know, I understand you've got high school to go to, but, you know, you also are an artist. And as we just said, thanks to social media, you know, you can actually, you know, show your art all over the world and the country at this time. So do you plan on having galleries? Do you plan on having your own, you know, do you already have a website? You know, you want to go to college? Where do you think the next few years is going to lead to?
I definitely do want to go to college. That's one of the overarching goals in my life. I am looking in sort of the way of an art career, a technology career, a graphic design, maybe.
I think part of her is influenced by the fact that we tend to be, you know, her dad and I tend to be more practical. So she's always said, but I need to earn a living, and I need to, and I never want to stifle her creativity, because we want her to also be happy and successful.
Yeah, so I really trying to.
So we're really trying to dial back and say, go with your art.
I try to approach art in sort of a more realistic way, sort of.
Right.
But how I did with this design, how this T-shirt is like sold, and I still can't believe it's on a real physical object, but it's amazing. So I really do see myself going in the way of that career and doing so many things. I don't currently have a website, but I really want to put up something with art and photos and maybe sort of a little blog aspect.
Yes, yes, that would be great. Beth Ann, what advice would you give to any parents out there that may show concern for a child that they have that is disabled, and as far as going into high school on their own, as far as pursuing this career in art, as far as, you know, leading such an active, healthy, and very positive life that your daughter is doing, and just meaning so much to everybody. You know, we still do have, you know, and again, it is there. You know, we still do have, we still do have parents who are very protective and overly, you know, cautious. But what would you say? You know, and Lily is wonderful. Congratulations. She's beautiful and she's smart. So I hope that all parents will really pay attention and listen to what you're going to say. I mean, no pressure, right? No real pressure, but
I think it's a couple things. One, we've had a lot of time to come to terms with Lily's disability, in that, you know, she first exhibited some issues at 18 months. It did take until she was 4 to get a diagnosis, but my husband and I decided very, very early on that no matter what, we had just made a conscious decision that this child was going to have a family that loved her and a family that supported her. And she has a younger brother. She has, you know, a very doting grandmother who worries more than all of us put together. But we decided that no matter what, we were going to make this work, no matter what this looked like. And so I think we have always tried to lead a very, I don't want to say regular, because regular is a relative term.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, we have tried to make things work. If Lily wanted to go to a birthday party, we made it happen and got her to that house and to that birthday party. I think you have to be not afraid to talk to people. I think you have to be willing to be the first one to smile and say, "Hi, I'm Lily's mom, and you may have noticed her wheelchair, and she can go anywhere just like anyone else."
Right.
You know, because I think so much of helping her to understand friendships and people is modeling how to do that, and having the confidence. You know, sometimes it's not easy and you feel a little nervous, but you do it anyway. And she's just kind of taken off, and we followed her lead then once we got started. So.
Lily, anything you'd like to add to that?
Not much. I think you said it perfectly. I just think even going into high school, I'm in a very small school district, so I think I've really tried hard to put my best wheel forward. And like, I've known the people I go to school with for years, so they know who I am, sort of what my deal is, which has sort of been kind and supportive.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's both good because, you know, they all know Lily, and it's also, she's the only person in a wheelchair. So we've forged our own way, but we've also, it can be limiting because there's not a lot of diversity.
Yes.
So we've had to look for ways to show her the broader world. When we first started, she hated cities. I remember we went to Baltimore and she was petrified of crosswalks. So we had to work on that so that we would get comfortable in different situations.
And this year I've joined like a social issues club, and we've had the chance to go to different like seminars and stuff, and just see all the diversity that's within our state and area, and just seeing new people and learning new things from these experiences.
Right. Okay, thank you guys so much. We're winding things up, but I do want to ask, and this is a question that any young person, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14 actually could probably benefit from hearing the answer, Lily. But art seems to be a very supportive factor in your life. It seems to be a source of confidence, and it seems to also be a source of motivation. And, you know, not everybody does have, not everybody has that one certain talent or skill that they have that source. And, you know, as an educator and a counselor, you know, and as a professor, you know, I mean, I wish everyone would be so passionate about something, you know, as parallel to you and your artwork and your future art career. So maybe again, the both of you, I would like to hear just from the both of you, how important do you think the younger the better, let's phrase it that way, the younger the better, finding that one certain aspect or quality or skill or talent in your life that you can actually build on?
I think I could start this out saying that maybe some people might think I was sort of forced into art because I can't play sports or do much physical activity, but I really wasn't. I was really drawn to it. I found art classes, I found just all kinds of people that could do this one thing. And it wasn't really so much about being a born with it talent as much as just working on it and needing little supplies. Just started with graphite pencils, paper.
And I think it was fostering her interest too, because we knew we were willing to do whatever we needed to do to foster her creativity, whether it was, you know, I mean, she fell in love with curling at one point and was looking into wheelchair curling. So we were trying to figure out, like, is there an ice rink that we could look at this?
But then but I feel like in my life, art has constantly been there. I've done different things for different people, even just in my life on a small scale.
And
can you draw
that,
me? Or like stuff like that onto this big scale with the Love Your Teen show.
And finding the inspiration, like there were times when she was frustrated, but she would keep, like, she's so good at trying something else. She's like, you know, I saw needle felting and I really want to try it. And we would, you know, we did a class together and she made this amazing snowman and mine kept falling over. But she was willing to keep trying, and it's made her such a varied person and gave her such perspective on all the parts that go into the elements of design. And I think that's been a strength for her. So it's like she found art, but she was willing to look around all the different parts.
And I feel like there's mediums I keep coming back to. Like I think I shared with you 2 pieces I made of pointillism, the portrait of the girl and the girl with the
your watercolors are really good too.
Like pointillism is an all dot one that you put more dots where you want it to be darker, and but it takes so much time, and I think also patience is a big part of it. So there's art really everywhere that could be fast or be very slow.
Yes.
Willing to try different things.
Find your thing, because art just isn't one thing. There's so much under the whole.
Pottery is not Lily's thing.
No,
I'm like, how about some cool pots? You could make me some things, and pottery's not her thing.
Well, you know what though, in all due honor, I mean, I really believe that you made a very, you know, profound statement. It was such a I always say the simpler the statement, the more profound it is. But when you said that you all were willing to foster, you know, Lily's interest, that probably was a crucial aspect of her childhood, as well as with any child's childhood. You know, whether, you know, they're able-bodied or disabled. You know, everyone needs that one certain skill, talent, quality to, you know, make them who they are. And what as I was doing my homework on Lily, that was one thing that I really did appreciate, is that, you know, she has, you know, found that one talent that really brings her and who she is together. And you know, that's why, Lilly, you are an internet sensation, and you know, have all of these followers on Instagram. So it's great. So listen, I cannot thank you all enough. I do want to ask one more question. What do you want people to take away from this interview? You know, seeing you two there, communicating so well. You know, Lilly, you're so happy. You both look very happy. You both look very content. What would you say to people out there? If someone said, okay, you know what, we can't show the interview, so what do you want people to know? What would it be? And of course, we are going to show this great interview, but I'm just saying, you know, what would be one thing you want people to take away about you two?
Well, that is something that, you know, my husband and I often say, we think we're doing okay if Lily's happy. And sometimes when she's unhappy, we're like, well, she's 15 and she's a teenager, so I guess we're still doing our job. So I guess I want people to take away for us, we have conversations about Lilly and her abilities and her disabilities. We have the same expectations for our children and for Lilly and her brother, who does not have a disability, and that to make things work for us and for our family, communication is very important. Having a sense of humor and being willing to, you know, laugh about things and find the joy in them has gone a very long way for us from the mom perspective.
And I really just think people should take away finding the thing that sort of makes you happy, the thing you sort of keep coming back to, because that could be a hobby, it could be your life's call.
Yes. Yes, a very good point.
Being able to go to your parent and ask for help, or ask, does this thing work? Can we do it? Can we at least try? It's really important.
I think that is excellent advice for anyone out there. So, listen, I cannot thank you two enough. I guess the final question would be, if you were ever in New York, would you come to the studio and be on the show?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We've conquered cities now. So,
We've been to DC.
Yeah, we've been to DC and Baltimore, and so I'm thinking New York might be our next city to conquer.
Well, I have a feeling you're going to have to conquer a few universities here, because soon Lilly will be looking for a university, and if she is majoring in art, it probably will be somewhere like New York City.
Yeah.
So that'll be a great thing. New York would love to have you, Lilly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much. It's been great. I can't thank you enough. It's been a wonderful time.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, ladies, that was it.